What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So the final cards from Darkwing Blast has just been announced, and some of these are very interesting. So of course, before we get into reviewing any of these new cards, make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And now let's get right into the first one, which is Upside Down. Normal trap card. Add the bottom card of your deck to your hand, then place one card from your deck on the bottom of the deck. Very interesting. So if you have two copies of this card, the second card will always search something that you want because you're stacking that first card. So that's actually very interesting, but I don't know if it's really practical unless you're playing a deck that consistently stacks cards on the bottom of the deck like Adamantipator, or like decks that can utilize Skull Deed, but apart from that, I don't know. I think this is a little too niche, a little too cute, but not good enough. Alright, now all the other remaining cards. So the first one is Hanshi Kyudo Spirit, level 5 Wind Warrior Pendulum Spirit effect monster. Not the first monster that we see that is like that. If a monster is a pendulum summon, return this card to the hand. When this card is normal summon, you can return as many of your cards in the same column as your cards in the pendulum zone as possible to the hand. Then you can add one monster with the Monarch stats from your deck to your hand. Very interesting. Okay, it's actually funny how this deck synergizes with an archetype that has absolutely nothing to do with spirits. To be fair, you do have to normal summon it. If it was like on normal or pendulum summon, it would have been better. Like, I don't know. Once per turn during the end phase of this card was normal summoned or flip face up this turn, return it to the hand. The typical spirit effect that we always see on spirit monsters. Okay, yeah, it's not the best card. Anyways, the next one is Laughing Puffin, the Gesture Bird, level 4 Darkwing Beast 1017. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. If there is a face-up spell or trap card on the field, even including your opponent, you can special summon this card from the hand. You can tribute one Wing Beast monster, including itself, then target one face-up spell or trap card on the field, return it to the hand. Also, you cannot activate cards or the effect of cards with that name for the rest of the turn. This is a quick effect if all monsters you control are Wing Beast. Yeah, I've seen better, honestly. Yeah, sure, this card going second, you can search it, special summon it, and then get rid of any floodgate, but I don't know, is this really that good? Yeah, sure, you can also out-skill drain, because it tributes itself for cost, but it's just way too one-for-one-y. 515, you can only use one of the first and second effect of this card's name per turn, and only once that turn, goddamn. Flip, you can declare a level from 1 to 9, this card becomes the declared level until the end of the turn. Not the best. During the main phase, if this card was flip face-up quick effect, you can target one other face-up monster on the field. Immediately after this effect, resolve synchro summon using only that monster in this card. Absolute dog shit. There's literally nothing else to review. It's just unplayable. It's a flip monster, bro. How can a flip monster be good in 2022 unless it's broken? It's either broken or garbage. Psychic Rover, level 2 Dark Psychic. Ooh, emergency teleport. If this card is special summon, you can roll a 6-sided die, and if the result is 1 or 6, destroy up to 2 cards on the field. Alright, yeah, so obviously if you get really lucky, it's like a 33% chance, you can break boards with a single emergency teleport going second. If this card is sent to the grave, you can roll a 6-sided die, and if the result is 2, 3, 4, or 5, 67% chance of occurring. Special summon this card, also you can all special summon monsters from the extra deck, while this card summoned this way is face up in the monster zone. So one thing that is actually really interesting is that absolutely nothing at all is once per turn. You could actually Foolish Burial this card and then potentially revive back, and then use the effect, potentially destroy a card on the field as well as itself, and then revive back again and destroy more cards again and again and again. So it is technically an infinite loop if you're extremely lucky, but if you're unlucky, the card literally does nothing at all. I don't know if this is really the kind of card that you want to play with Emergency Teleport and like your actual combo deck, but in a fun deck, this card could be hilarious. Dark Steed of the Deceased Sudden Return. Horse, what the frick? Level 8 Dark Plant, very solid stats, Keck W. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn, unless it is the battle phase, send this card to the grave. Already off to a very bad start. At the start of the battle phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can send one plant monster from your hand or face a field to the grave, special summon this card. Then you can special summon one monster from either graveyard to your field, but send all monsters special summoned by this effect to the graveyard at the end of the battle phase, bro. This card's ass cheeks. Are you kidding me? Hell freaking no. Obviously, a guarded going first and going second, it's not even like it did anything. Omerta Kalupo, level 4 Dark Beast Warrior 1414. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, equip the top card of your deck to this card as a face down equip spell that gives it 500 attack. Wow, Wow, this is so whack. Yeah, that's actually pretty garbage. During each end phase, your opponent calls the original type of a card, so monster, spell, or trap equipped by this card's first effect, and if they call it correctly, send this card to the grave. Otherwise, discard one random card from their hand, and if you do, return this card to the hand. Bro, this is ass cheeks. Oh my god. Another RNG card. What's up with every single card being RNG this set? Anyways, finally into the extra deck monsters. Reincarnation Shamisen Calico, level 3 Dark Zombie Synchro Tuner. Okay, Zombie Synchro Tuner, another monster that Needle Fiber can summon. So generic, you can only use both effects once per turn. During your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect immediately after this effect resolves. Synchro Summon, okay, so same effect as Formula Synchron with basically everyone else in the family. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one other Synchro monster in your graveyard, return it to the extra deck, and if you do special summon this card, but banish it and leaves the field. I actually really like that. Yeah, this card's pretty nice. I will take that any day of the week. However, if Needle Fiber gets banned, this card will be drastically worse. So yeah, don't go thinking that this card will always see play, because it is a little too nice, a little too fair, not unfair enough. Like, Shooting Riser is still better than this, I want to say. Alright, moving forward, we have Volo, the Doom Originator Vassal Dragon, rank 6 Dark Zombie generic, but you can use multiple materials if you really want to go neg. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Monsters you control gain 100 attack and defense for each card in your opponent's graveyard. Wow, okay, so this can actually jump to a lot of attack very fast. Quick effect, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard. Could be a monster, spell, or trap, then detach 1 or 2 materials from this card to activate this effect based on the number detached. So one material, you shuffle it into the deck. If it is a monster, special summon to your field in face-up attack, face-up defense, or face-down defense position. Otherwise, set it to your field. I really freaking like that. So you either get to Shark Cannon your opponent's monster, or you get to set a card, a spell or trap card, your opponent had in the grave. I actually think this might be a staple in any deck that can make rank 6. This card is absolutely fantastic, and I love it. Yes, very good job at making a really fun and interesting card, Konami. Well, interesting rank 6 Xyz monster. It's not going to be the kind of card that everybody can summon. Alright, Calamity upon the Hidden City continuous spell card. Your opponent cannot target face down position, defense position monster you control with card effects. Pretty garbage. Monsters you control that were flipped face up while this card was face up on the field. Gain 500 attack and defense. Okay, yeah, you can have monsters with pretty big stats, but still, if this card in your spell and trap zone is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can target one monster in your grave, special summon it in the face down defense. I don't really think this is the kind of card that sub-tiers really will try to play, because it's not searchable, and it's really not like it does like that much. I don't know, it's it doesn't really help the deck too much. It doesn't get your engine started. True Bamboo Sword equipped spell, the equipped monster gains 0 attack, pretty good. If the equipped monster inflict battles damage to your opponent by direct attack, you can destroy all monsters you control. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, sure. If the equipped card is sent to the grave, you can equip one Bamboo Sword equipped spell from your deck to a face-up monster on the field, except itself. That's actually absurd, and it's not once per turn, so this card is definitely pretty abusable with a golden Bamboo Sword. Yeah, pretty scary. Alright, now for the trap card. Simult Archfiends, normal trap card. You can only activate one card with this card's name once per turn. Alright, this is going to be a big one. Neither player can special summon monsters of the same type. So, Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Link. Kind of sounds familiar. As a monster they control for the rest of the turn. Also, if you do not control more than one of each Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and or Link monsters, all Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Link monsters you currently control gain 500 attack. So in other words, this is like a baby D-barrier, but this time actually excluding Pendulum, but including Link instead. Now, the difference is that it doesn't negate the effect of those monsters, so your opponent can still, use the effect of all those whatever monsters that you called with this card. And the other thing is that this doesn't prevent the opponent from summoning like at least one Fusion or one Synchro or one Xyz, whatever. But the thing that is really cool is that it covers a lot of ground in one shot, because D-barrier, you have to use it, and then your opponent can technically still play if he doesn't have to rely on very specifically just synchro summoning, for example. If you can afford to Xyz summon, then you're screwed. With this card makes it so your opponent can only perform one kind of summon. So if he already has like a Ritual monster on the field, he can't summon another Ritual. If he already has a Fusion, can't summon another Fusion. So that's what this card really does. And I actually think this card might have potential. It really does depend how crazy the format becomes, but yeah, it's a cute card. Alright, Star-Crossed Meeting, normal trap card. You can only use this card's name first or second effect once per turn. Reveal one ritual monster from your hand. Add one ritual monster with the same level, but a different name from your deck to your hand. And then you can banish this card from your grave, then send one ritual spell from your hand to the grave. This effect becomes that card's effect that ritual summons a monster when that card is activated. So, I don't know if you really got it, but basically, because of this card, first or second effect, that, yeah, if it wasn't for the first, if it wasn't for the condition, this card would have allowed you to single-handedly, well, basically with like 2 cards, ritual summon on your opponent's turn, because, you know, you can search a monster and then you kind of mimic the effect of the ritual spell, but you can only use the first or second effect per turn, so, yeah, I don't know. You can only use this card's name first or second. If it didn't have that, I swear to God, man. But yeah, I don't know. This card's not like the best. This card's cute. Definitely has some potential. This card's very interesting. This card's meh. This card's pretty awesome. This card's alright. This card sucks. This card really sucks. This is very funny. This card is absolute dog shit. This is alright, and how are you really utilizing this? But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I had to say for this video. Let me know your thoughts about these new cards in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.